Wells has set goals to strive for during the upcoming 2015-16 season, and failure to meet them, he stressed, is certainly not an option.
It's another season for me. I think I can say I can't use any excuses to say I haven't, experienced, or it's my first full season, it's my second full season, and there's no questions about I need to have a good season. I could say I had a good season last year, but I think it wasn't as good statistically as I would have liked it to be, and it could have well easily been that. But this season's a big year for not only myself but Huddersfield. We need to, we need to be looking top half minimum and trying to push for playoffs. Hopefully, we can have a few additions that could help with that. And for me, like I said again, it was last year. I said I wanted 20 goals, and this year is not wanting this. Is having to have 20 goals come the end of the season, 20-25 goals. So that's the benchmark. Playing as much football as I can and trying to get that one step closer to getting to the Premier League.
He's a player that sets high standards, and I think he sets them because he knows that he can reach them. Even though his standards are high, I think they're attainable, and I think that's the most part. Being injury-free, I think, will benefit him more moving forward. But I think with the right preparation, making sure he's strong, because I feel that's a big part, and not having injuries and stuff like that is going to be great for him in the upcoming season.
Having been bought by Huddersfield for a club record fee, there is added pressure for Wells to deliver the goods and give his club a good return on their investment.
There is a pressure, but I understand that any striker that you try to buy in this market and day and age that has scored goals at mostly every level, it's going to be a minimum of around £1 million. So it's what I expected. I think initially, I went through a slight drought at Huddersfield when I first went there. After I hit the ground running, I didn't score in a few games. I was playing well, but nothing would go for me. Then I really started to feel the pressure. But like I said, I have been put in most predicaments as a player at that club now, and everything's normal for me. The pressure's there. You got other players that are worth millions of pounds that you may be nicked, quite cheap or on frees and stuff like that. But at the market and the way the market works, strikers cost money. It's as simple as that, and I'm a striker. I understand that, my stock was high because I scored a lot of goals, and it's even higher now, and I'll probably even treble my price tag. But it brings pressure. But like I said, I'm a player that can deal with the pressure, and it don't affect me anymore.
Even though he comes with a hefty price tag, playing time on the pitch is not a guarantee for Wells, who will once again have to work hard to keep others out of the team. Such is the competitive nature of professional sports.
The bigger the club you go, the more competition is going to be. I don't mind it. Sometimes it don't work out for me. I'm not going to play every game if loss of form and stuff like that happens, but it's important because it keeps pushing you. But not only that, for the end result, which is the team. I think the more better players you have in your team, the better chance you have of success. So the more the better in my eyes. And if we do bring in another striker, I'm sure it will just only help us pushing up the table and staying a bit further away from where we've been in the last season and a half or 2 years.
It's tough. There's always someone at the professional level looking to take your position. It's like I say to people, it's like a conveyor belt. It just keeps coming. The minute you stop, someone else is there to take your position, and at amateur level we don't see that, but at the professional level it's there constantly. Someone new rolls up in the changing room, and you're like, everybody's in the team, hey, who's this guy? Or if you don't know him, like, what position does he play? Everybody wants to know that, because your position is always under threat. And you're only as good as your last game, and that's a true statement in professional football. You could play well, and then you have one bad game, and it can go downhill from there.
Wells believes that a prolific season at Huddersfield during the upcoming campaign could potentially lead to bigger things, such as being scooped up by a Premier League club.
So I said the Premier League was the goal and the dream, to play there as long as possible. I'm one step away from it. I don't see why a good season this season, as an individual, as a team, can't get me there. So I'm gonna keep striving, I'm gonna keep pushing, and that's the goal, and that's what, that's where I want to be.
I think he's been progressing really well. Maybe a jump to the Premiership, probably, it could have worked out for him if he went last season. But he's shown that no matter what league he's in, he's going to score goals. And I think someone's going to, snap him up again.
If he goes to, let's say, a top 10 club, then I think that the sort of football that they play will probably suit him. If he's in, a team that's just about the relegation battle in the UK, I think it's going to be tough because it's really result driven, and some of the football that they might choose to play based on position, it might not suit him. I think that's just it. I think his club Huddersfield certainly try to play football, which certainly gives him an opportunity to finish because it's not the biggest. But with that being said, it's certainly adapted quite well to the rigors of English football.
His time will come. If he stays injury free, I think he'll probably make another move higher up in the championship, and once you get in the top 10 team, top 4 team in the championship, then the Premier Division is always looking for you. He still has a few years before he reaches his prime. He's only played in the championship, what's his second year? He still has a lot to learn, and really being in double digits, he can only get better. 2 more years from now, I think he'll be ready to step it up.
This year saw Wells appointed as the captain of Bermuda's senior national football team, who he led to a resounding victory against Bahamas in the first round of FIFA World Cup qualifiers to hit the ground running in his new leadership role.
When I got offered, I said, that's definitely, another proud moment in my history, but, being able to captain my country at a young age, means a lot. I felt I led well in the last campaign, on and off the pitch. I felt I could have led better when he pitched, definitely, but I think I did a lot better than I could off the pitch, and I think we prepared well. I shared my leadership skills and my experience, and everyone else was able to, show what they had to offer. And it's not about me, and it's not about, coming from a professional element back to Bermuda. I think once we're born as a team, what team, no other players any less than me or Reggie or Dale, the ones that are in professional environments. So to come back and stress that, I try to stress that as much as I can. It's not about the Nahki Wells show or the Reggie Lamb show. It's, it's Bermuda as a country. Any one player is not any less than any other. So I just, I felt I've led well, and I'm just looking forward to getting ready for the next game.
Wells thinks highly of national coach Andrew Bascom, whom he has a great working relationship with.
I speak to him as much as I can in regards to the team and what he feels best and what he feels I think's best. But he brings that desire, that natural hunger and coaching that some other coaches don't have. I mean, I don't believe he's straight out the book. I just believe he worked to where he got, and he's got the job and is doing the best he can with what's put in front of him. I think as a country things could get better, but that'll be getting a little bit too deep. But with what's been put in front of him, he's done the best he can, and I guess the players are also doing that. But the blend of young players with a few experienced players, I think bodes as well for the future. I think the next qualifiers, you will probably see 80% of the similar players, and that's important because when I played before, I think I went in a World Cup qualifier and I came back and it was maybe like 4 or 5, and the rest was new, and it was a bit foreign to me, and it shouldn't be like that. So Bermuda has a high, good hope for the future, because our average age come in the games will probably be 23, 24, and that says a lot. So the continuity to score the teams well, and Andrew deserves a lot of credit, I must say.
Robin Hood Pub and Restaurant, Bermuda's #1 sports bar, the place to watch live sports while enjoying great pub-style food. They offer a wide range of menu options from breakfast to authentic Indian curries.
Well, that's all the time we have. I hope you've enjoyed the show. God willing, see you next time.